Amazing story coming forth from the real man. Wow, I didn't even take a break concerning what I was talking about. Right now, I'm just, you know, trying to get into the reality of the fact that we are in the middle of a economic crisis and political standoff. And I'm looking at a marriage of my life and where, I expect it to be at this time. Everything is washed away. Stock markets, I'm not making it. And when I say I'm not making it, I'm talking about investment. At my age, you should be having you should be in the real estate and some solid cash, maybe approximately maybe $1 million or maybe 100,000 pounds plus, and grown-up kids expecting now to get into the middle life crisis. But when I book my mind, I realize I'm not yet there, and no one is there telling me you missed a stage or procedural leverage graph, which I didn't, you know, maybe there was no mentor. Uh, why we are sluggish and why it's not working? Am I advancing to working 2 jobs a year, a day? Probably, maybe, or not. I'll try to give a hint on this legality based on the leverage points that governs the economic graph of a man. In America today, everything is crumbling down, nothing is moving forward, and stagnation is out of the day. You work and you don't gain. You work and life is not progressing. If I would make a wish today, is to retreat, and academics, I don't think, are really designed to change the life of man. Inventions and wisdom, knowledge, you know, actually with time makes you somebody you want to be. When I'm seated outside my house, wandering around and asking so many questions, can we reset everything and start afresh? Or where do we pick the rhythm again because we have lost the touch? And there are very few willing to take us that direction. The reason, they have fear, and fear catches every single human being. What matters is how you reciprocate on that. If we have lost the path, we can come together and try to resuscitate it in order for a few to pick the rhythm and progress and become a good primary example of how we should design things. When I was in Africa, I went to Zambia, and if that economy was turned into productivity in a span of 10 years, then where everything was going to thousands of kwacha hyperinflation, and now you only need maybe 100 kwacha to purchase, a few basic needs, then definitely even the dollar can stabilize. If we can stop maybe thinking about the past and we focus on what to do in the coming future, in the next generation, it's going to be another generation that is electronically enhanced. Human implants and all that, is going to be something else. If you be here, if you're blessed, fine. If you not be here, acknowledge and move on. But be innovative this time. Like I'm trying to figure out why in the West it's not making. We're not succeeding. We need to, maybe we can form a therapeutic group depending on the age, because man of today is brought down by activities of the day and lifestyle demands where he has to leverage on everything, which is mind-boggling and tedious process because you are being competitive to other people scavenging for the same opportunity, the same chance, all, you know, peak point. And that one actually gives you headache because to advance beyond the threshold, the bottleneck, while it's going to be very competitive, you need to have extra sense, which I doubt many can possess it. If not properly arranged, definitely we are heading to the doomsday. Hey, already we are in the era of proxies of political standoff. The globalists are having vested interests to control everything in the market. So how will you emerge as a winner? Because they have locked down the investment opportunities and everything. They own it, and we are left like we are puppets. If you are a man like me and you know I'm making sense in my argument, please subscribe to the channel and drop a comment there, or you share and like this video because it's a video that is giving motivation. And this kind of motivation is not something that it's rarely found, and very few people definitely can come up with such kind of a thing. If we can be very clear, the southern economic bloc that is emerging from the debris of development in civilization in the West is simply trying to create a thriving opportunity and effective, patriotism that is accommodative to all. We grow together, we invest together. Not I create opportunities, I be capitalistic, profiteering for hundreds of years. What these corporations have done is something that is obviously one knows. Well, if you feel like this man is making sense to you, why don't you just give me that like, that subscription, and you comment below because we have to share the ideas of progressing as men, and being borne down by the issues affecting you in society is something actually you need to not you know adjourn the effectiveness of it, but be prone to activeness to have a diversified way of perceiving things in a third critical angle, and that way obviously you emerge as a winner, or somebody who is trying to bleed positively, not bleed inwardly and catastrophically, and you find yourself being retrogressive anymore. I'll try to be self-motivated and try to be positive, and surround myself with those achievers, because failures will not actually make me be what I want to be. Right now I can write to you, we are where we want to be, and I'm not only the one who is in this state, even you yourself, whenever you are, definitely you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'll hit you back. Have a great, wonderful day ahead of you.